welcome back to the Icons of Sin. After a brief hiatus, we are back without Daz. Chris, how are you doing, man?
Hello. Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. Yourself?
Good, I am good. So, I guess to fill people in, Daz has, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess for him, he's focusing on family, doesn't really have time to do the show regularly anymore. He's probably going to be guesting every now and again. But Chris from Chon Games is stepping in to, last time we made you an icon of sin anyway, and now here you are a regular.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. I've got to say, I am so disappointed. We had some connection issues just now, and I was like, okay, so I've got like 5 minutes because you needed to update your laptop. I was like, cool, man. I'll just play a Windows game, right? And they're not there anymore. I don't know when this happened, but, Free Cell, not on Windows 10. Ski Free, not on Windows 10. Minesweeper, not on Windows 10. I mean, it's games that I'm never, ever going to play. No, it's not there. I just checked. And I'm like, it's not games I'm ever going to play, but I want them there just in case I decide to play them.
Yeah,
I mean,
Minesweeper's a classic.
Yeah, Ski Free. Come on. We need this stuff. What the hell is going on? Anyway, what have you been playing lately? Let's start there. I know you've been playing some stuff because I've seen it on Chon Games. So what have you been playing?
Been playing a lot of vanilla Minecraft. Been playing.
Yes,
Dark
I saw
Souls,
that.
Of course.
Yeah, well, we're going to get to Minecraft very soon. How are you getting on with Dark Souls? Is that Dark Souls 3?
Yeah, Dark Souls 3 now. Yeah, not too bad. Obviously, I've been playing with mouse and keyboard on Minecraft, and then I went back to Dark Souls and was trying to remember the controls.
Man. I used to. I started with a Commodore 64, so I actually started with a computer, but then went to consoles for a long time. Still love console games, but I really struggle with 3D games with controllers. Like, after you use a mouse, the mouse is just so much better for accuracy and everything. And I always struggle going back to a controller, so I feel your pain, man.
Yeah, I don't actually have a PC yet, so
no, but you can plug keyboard and mouse in, can't you, into the PS4? Yeah, which I think makes certainly for Minecraft makes things a lot easier, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I tried it with a controller and I had no idea what I was doing, so I was like, mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, cool, man. I've been me and my girlfriend last year we played through. It was a game that she played as a kid, hadn't completed, and I was like, well, let's complete it. And we played through Echo Tides of Time, and it was an absolute chore. Echo Tides of Time is really hard and really frustrating. I get frustrated with Echo games. I find the controls really janky. But anyway, she talked me into playing Echo 1, so we were playing that last night. So that was an experience.
I don't think I've ever played an Echo game.
I just wouldn't do it. I mean, to be honest, they are fun. They're just a bit frustrating. The controls are a bit janky, and it's a little frustrating, but it's all good. And aside from that, that's on the Mega Drive, and I also picked up Dishonored 2 in the id Bethesda sale that was going on a couple of weeks back, and really enjoying that. Dishonored 2 is great, really, really good. Really enjoyed the first one, but it's really good. Yeah, it's really, really good. Good fun. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Thief mixed with kind of more modern action stealth games, but really good fun. Anyway, what are we talking about today, Chris? What is the subject of today's podcast?
Subject today, Durs, is crafting survival games. Something that I absolutely love.
Me too. When was your first what was your first game experience with the survival kind of thing?
I think if it's survival crafting, it's probably Minecraft, because I've had that since the alpha testing.
Same here, actually. I was trying to figure out which one I saw first, because I mean, I know is it Unreal World was like the first survival-ish game from like 1992, but I never played that. And then I guess there were some.
Heard of it, if I'm honest.
It's like, I think it's based in like Finnish, like I think it's like based around Finnish mythology, societies and stuff, and it's just about surviving. It's been around since '92, and I think it's still around today. I think they translated it from DOS to Windows, but I've never played it. And then obviously you've got games with survival elements, like the old RPGs like Ultima. You needed to eat, otherwise you would die. That kind of stuff. And then Stalker. When Stalker came along, there was a lot of survival aspects in that. You've got the bleeding, bandaging, food, water, radiation poisoning, deadly storms, all that kind of stuff. But I was trying to figure out, and I'm not quite sure whether, I think it must have been Minecraft for me. I think Minecraft and DayZ came like around the same time for me, because I had obviously Minecraft, the Flash version of Minecraft, and then I also had the Arma 2 mod for DayZ. And I think I played both around about the same time. Did we want to start with Minecraft, or do we want to end with Minecraft? Because Minecraft's like obviously the biggest one, I guess. I'm not quite sure. How do you want to do this?
We could.
We'll start wherever you want to start, my man.
We could start with DayZ, seeing as you've mentioned that.
Okay, let's start with DayZ. So I started with the DayZ mod. Did you start with the mod, or did you start with the proper game that they made?
The standalone DayZ game for PS4.
Standalone DayZ. Oh, for PS4. Yeah, of course it came out on PS4. I forgot about that. Yeah.
It was on sale for about $5.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And
so
no
Arma
right.
Was it awful? Is it?
Yes.
Oh no! So the DayZ mod, it was a mod for Arma 2 and Operation Arrowhead, I think it was called, back in 2012. And this guy basically took a military sim, a very realistic military sim as far as military sims go, and basically made it post-apocalyptic, zombies, and you're in this fictional post-Soviet Republic of Chernarus. And there's a plague. This turned people into infected zombies, and you're a lone survivor in the world, and you need to find food, water, weapons, and all that kind of stuff, and heal yourself. It was kind of a revelation for me, because it was the first game where I was like properly like, wow, like survival is a big deal in this game. Permadeath obviously is something we'll come to in these series.
Yeah.
The mod was so good. It was so good for its time. It was obviously janky, but the amount of things you could do in that world, just like fixing up vehicles, driving vehicles, all the military vehicles were there. Living off the land, like you could just literally. One of my favorite things about DayZ mod was just living in the forest, like getting all the stuff I need from cities, like getting the knife, getting all of that stuff, and then just living off the land so that you could just survive out in the wilderness. Obviously, you've got other players around. I think the problem with DayZ proper standalone is that I don't know if they have now, but they never really caught up with all of the cool stuff that was in Arma 2, the mod.
No, from what you're describing, definitely not. I tried to give it a go. What was
it like? Yeah.
Well, I tried to give it a go. I think I played for a total of 7 hours.
That's a reasonable amount of time to give it a go.
Yeah, well, it sounded really cool, and I like my survival games, and obviously with the crafting element and the zombies, it sounds perfect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gave it a go. Every time I'd spawn somewhere different.
Yeah.
And I would
that's how that works.
I would normally die of starvation or like exposure before I found any food, any other players, any weapons, anything.
Well, I had the same experience with DayZ proper. It was at first there was just nothing. There was no spawning loot, it seemed, and you just died, and it was like, oh, okay, this is fun. I think they did fix that eventually, but I agree the standalone unfortunately was really lacking. It was lacking a lot of the features of the mod, and I think people probably still play the mod more than they do the standalone. I could be wrong. I've not played it for a long time, but that's a real shame, man, because there is such an experience with DayZ when it works properly. Certainly with the mod. Maybe when you get your PC rig, we can do a stream using DayZ mod. Give that a go.
Yeah, that sounds better. At least I'll actually be able to see another person in the game, because I've only ever saw one person, and they instantly shot me.
Yeah, that is a problem. The problem with Daisy as well is that even for a survival game, Daisy is brutal because it's a military sim, at heart, or it started as a military sim. You die so easily in this game, and as a result, I think it kind of is almost counterproductive because if you're not part of a clan or a group of people playing the game, you will never live long enough to see most of the amazing features that existed in Daisy, because you'll just die, and like
Yeah.
base building takes forever. You're never going to do it because you'll just die, and when you die there's permadeath and you lose all your stuff. But one of the things I love about survival games is that permadeath, that fear of like, and I've never experienced it in pretty much in any other game other than Daisy, but that fear of seeing another player, in the distance, if you're up in the woods waiting to go into one of the cities, and you just see someone walking around the town or city beneath you, and that fear of like, if they see me, they're probably going to kill me, and just stealthing around and trying to avoid them. That kind of fear you just don't get with any other game, unless you've got permadeath. And I really love permadeath in games. I don't know how you feel about it.
Yes and no, because in Daisy it can be like it's a 50-50 chance. Like, am I going to lose everything I've worked for, or am I going to get some really cool shit off of this guy? But say I do play Minecraft. We'll get to that later on hardcore mode sometimes.
We will get to
just
Minecraft
because I hate myself.
You play it on hardcore, nice.
Yeah, permadeath normally. No, I'm like in between. Like some games where you die, you'll lose like some of your stuff, but not all of it.
Yeah,
so that's the
Daisy,
kind of middle
you lose
ground.
everything. Yeah, you even lose your character in Daisy. You start as a new character. It's like a fresh spawn. Nothing. You got nothing on you. It can be really frustrating, but the mod was really something. I keep meaning to jump back into Daisy, the standalone, to see if they've actually caught up with those features. But
I think the PS4 version is not as big because I found one city. And in one of the like apartment blocks, there was nothing in there, and you could only go into about one room in every floor. And I was like, "This is kind of takes it away from the grandeur of the whole big map
of
like,
being a city." I think a lot of open world games kind of have that issue where it's like you've created this massive open world, but there's nothing in it. It's just empty, and then it's like, well, that's kind of pointless. In some ways, and we will get, actually, funny enough, we'll get to that later when we talk about probably my favorite survival game of all time. That like size doesn't necessarily mean good. That unlimited size doesn't necessarily mean amazing. All right, then let's move on from Daisy and let's talk about Minecraft, because Minecraft was it was either Daisy or Minecraft. I'm not sure which came first for me, but both of those games kind of informed me and kind of introduced me into the survival thing. Minecraft was a revelation, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the most incredible thing ever. I don't know about you, but as a kid, I absolutely loved Lego. Lego was like my favorite toy. Outside of video games, Lego was the toy.
Oh yeah, I used to have all the like Star Wars sets and stuff like that, like Star Destroyer, dude. The Death Star, stuff like that. I loved building it.
You had all the cool stuff.
I saved up for a long time to get that.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Do you still have those?
Probably. They're probably back in Bristol at my dad's house if we haven't got rid of them. But they're definitely not in one piece. I'll tell you that.
Oh no, for sure. Oh, that's really cool. I loved Lego so much, and then Minecraft came along and I started playing it, and I was like, oh my god, it's Lego. It's survival Lego. It's survival Lego. Yeah, survival Lego. So I mean, it seems kind of silly to have to explain what Minecraft is, because I'm pretty sure everyone in the world, especially listening to this podcast, knows what Minecraft is. But effectively, it's a survival crafting game. You are on an island or on in some land randomly placed, and you have to survive and build stuff. But the depth of the crafting in Minecraft blew me away.
Especially now with all the extra mod packs like Tech It, Buildcraft, Galactic Craft. You can go to Mars now.
It's crazy, isn't it? But even back then, the thing I love about Minecraft so much is how intuitive it is. Without reading the instructions, knowing that, you craft stuff, I made a pickaxe without even knowing how to make a pickaxe. I just knew there was the crafting, and I was like, well, I guess if I draw a pickaxe, with the stone up there and the wood there, that would make a pickaxe, and it did. And I love that kind of intuitive gameplay. It feels really natural when you're playing Minecraft for the most part. I know, like,
okay.
Go on. No, go for it.
See, like my first experience, there was a lot of to and forth, back and forth to the wiki because I'd forget how to craft some stuff. Now it's just ingrained in my head.
Yeah, you get that muscle memory. You're just like it's ingrained in you. You know exactly what to do now when you need to do it. I know the console versions. I think they've made it a bit easier these days, haven't they? Because I played the 360 version, and that, like, when I went to that, I was like, oh, it just literally gives you the recipes and you just press a recipe. Whereas when obviously you played it on PC, you had to like know what to build and how to build it, and it was a bit of a mystery and stuff. Can you remember your first play of Minecraft? Like, how did you get on? Like,
first of all, I spent a bit of time walking around, just sort of chop down a tree with my hand. It got a bit dark, and then I heard a hissing, and
that was the end of you.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's everyone's play, because you don't read the instructions, you just give it a go, and then you die.
Any instructions originally, was there?
No. And I remember, I distinctly remember after several deaths at night, just doing what I guess every new player does, especially when they don't understand what's going on. Dig a big hole and cry in it. Exactly right. And I remember just digging a hole and then just waiting in that hole for night to go past. Just waiting while I could hear zombies and everything outside. And it was quite, it sounds really boring, but it was a really cool experience because it was like it was, one of the first survival games I'd ever played. And the idea that I had to kind of just wait it out and just kind of like hide and Minecraft can be kind of creepy at times. Like, I know it looks very goofy and silly, but it can be quite creepy.
Creepers still seem to, even on my playthrough now, I know they're about and I can normally hear them, but I think I got my volume set too low, or I'm just chatting too much crap that I don't hear it. Because every time there's an explosion behind me, I always jump.
Oh, dude, your playthrough last week, I felt really bad for you, man. The other day, I was watching your playthrough on Chong Games, and I felt so bad for you. You had like a creeper in front of you and behind you at the same time, and they both exploded and took out half your farm.
But it's the panic sets in. I forgot what to do, and I was like just trying to jump and attack. It wasn't working.
Yeah. It's the panic when you hear that hiss is real at any level of the game, no matter how long you've been playing. So you played hardcore a few times as well, which basically means if you die, you lose everything and start over. You're done. I saw the other day, I don't know how old the article is, but there was a streamer who'd been playing hardcore for like something ludicrous, like years on hardcore, and died to a creeper, lost everything. Live on stream.
My longest on hardcore is about 102 hours.
That's pretty impressive, dude. That's pretty impressive. Like, you must be so cautious on hardcore. Just like, fear.
If you see an enemy and you don't have armor or anything, you run in the opposite direction. If it's night, you just carry on running.
You're just done.
I made the mistake of going into the Nether, though.
Oh man, so we've got this world in Minecraft, and it's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful, happy world with cows and sheep and chickens, and there's zombies in the dark. And if you go in the dark, then that's where you got the problems. If you go into caves, if you go deep, then you've got the evil creatures. But then there's the Nether, which is like a portal that you can create to go to a different realm. It's like hell, isn't it? Really,
it's pretty much hell. Yes.
And the Nether is terrifying. I would never have gone to the Nether in hardcore mode. I would have just been too scared. I would have just been, I'm not going.
I think I think I got into like brewing potions and stuff, and I needed nether wart, so I had to go in.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything's on fire there. Loads of lava, big flying gas things that like to shoot fire at you. The zombie pigmen that if you accidentally anger, they will chase you until you die. Yeah.
Did you ever see? So zombie pigmen exist in the Nether, but I always heard, and I think this is true. I'm pretty sure I looked this up once, and it is true, that on very rare occasions, pigs can get struck by lightning and turn into zombie pigmen in the normal world.
I don't know about that. I know that zombie pigmen can go through the Nether portal back to the
they
other world.
can, but I don't know if this is rumor, but I heard that there is a very rare chance that a pig can get struck by lightning and be turned into a zombie pigman. I've never seen it happen, but I had heard that.
I've never seen it happen, and I'm one to like make big farms because I enjoy doing the farming.
Oh, the farming is so much fun.
Yeah,
Because,
so
I mean, it's the only way to sustain yourself. Really, is you kind of need to farm. And I love the farming. There's something so therapeutic and peaceful about Minecraft. You know, it's the game I go to when I want to relax, when I just want to chill. I'm like, yeah, Minecraft. Go back to my farm and farm some more crops.
Yes.
I love Minecraft so much. There's so much to talk about with Minecraft as well. Did you get into like the redstone stuff and building circuits and things like that?
I'd never really got into that until I downloaded. This is back on PC because Minecraft on PS4 you can't get any of the mods. I downloaded like the Tech-It, the Galactic Craft, and stuff like that. I never got into the redstone, but I got into building all like the macerators and stuff like that. Yeah, actual machines.
Yeah. The mods for Minecraft as well are amazing. That's another episode. Mods is just a subject into itself.
Yeah. It's too many.
Yeah, Minecraft is just one of those beautiful experiences. Do you ever play it in creative mode? I know I've quite often, I've got my survival going on one side, but then you've also got the creative mode where you can just build, and then it basically is just Lego, and you can just build whatever you want. Do you ever mess around with creative?
I'm actually currently doing a mega build at the moment. I'm making a giant city. I've just finished the city walls, and they are that big that they're out of the chunk when I'm at the front of it. You can't see the back.
Awesome.
And
are you gonna
just across the other side?
Games?
Yeah, I did like a little 7-minute video showing you around a big castle I made on top of a hill, and then you go down the hill and you can see the plans of where I was going to put the walls and the towers. But I've just finished them, awesome. And in between that castle and the big city, I've made a little dock, and there's a pirate ship, and there's little like boat houses.
Nice. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you'd done that one.
I'll do another video soon. Now that the walls are finished, you can just see actually how big it is and how long it's taken. Because in the middle, there's going to be a big citadel, and then there's rivers and forests in there, so I'm going to get little watchtowers by the forests because I couldn't wall that bit off. I'm going to make farms, blacksmiths, docks, stuff like that. I'm going for a whole city.
Oh, that's awesome, man! When you get your PC, we're going to have to do Minecraft on PC and get a group together and build our own place, man. It's going to be good fun. But that's awesome. See, this is the thing with the game is it's two games in one. I kind of feel because when you're doing survival, unless you've got a group of you're never going to build that kind of build.
No,
I mean, some people do. Crazy people do. Yeah, crazy people have done it, but but then you've got this creative mode, which is just Lego, and it's like build anything you want with unlimited resources, and none of the enemies are going to bother you, and you can just build to your heart's content. I don't know how it works, and you can fly, which helps a lot.
Yes.
I don't know if you can do this in PS4, but can you in the PC version you could use creative to create the world and then go into it in survival?
You can, if you make the world in survival and go into the options and put player menu to creative, you can do that. But if you make the world in creative, you can't switch it to normal.
Okay.
But I know you can download the world and reload it as a survival world with everything you built in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
I mean, I guess it kind of defeats.
Yeah, it's just a long way around.
Kind of defeats the point. Yeah, and it kind of defeats the point anyway of like survival.
Unless you were going to make like like what the Yogscast do, like a kind of scripted adventure thing where you need props and stuff already made, unless you're doing
Yeah.
like a big series like that. But they have about like 30 people on doing that.
See, that's the thing. You need loads of people. This is what we need to do. We need to get a group of people. We need to get a Minecraft server, and we need to go crazy. That's what I think we need to do. Get a bunch of us and just go wild. Once you've got your PC, we will make that happen.
Oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
Me too. That'd be good. We can, get put it on Chong Games and just have like our massive Minecraft world full of cool things.
I've already got another person that actually wants to do that with me, so we've got 3 of us already.
That's great. That's more than I have ever had. Me and my friend, we did have a Minecraft server back in the day that I was running on my PC, and we built like ridiculous things. We had like a whole area that was just Tatooine, and we just built.
Nice.
He built the he built the big what are the Jawa tank thing? I always forget the name of it.
Sandcrawlers?
He built the sandcrawler. Yeah, he built a sandcrawler just out in the desert. And then I built other things around it and built those little, the little house that Luke and his adopted, uncle and auntie live in and stuff like that. And we were like, that's Tatooine over there in the desert. And then, elsewhere, I've just built this massive castle and stuff. And none of it ever matched, It's like, other than the odd areas, you'd just be like, well, in this area, it's going to be kind of medieval. But then in this area, it's going to be really modern. And then over there is Star Wars. And then over there is...
My go-to is to build castles. I just like building castles. But I did...
Me too.
I got halfway through building Edoras from Lord of the Rings, Rohan City.
God.
I got halfway through building that. And I never went back to it because I ain't got a PC anymore.
Well, we will go back to it. We will. But people have made some mad stuff in Minecraft. They've made the Enterprise D, the whole ship has been built in Minecraft. You can walk in around it. It's like ridiculous.
They got teams of people doing that though, don't they? It's not just one person.
Oh yeah.
Because I know someone's built Minas Tirith, like
I've seen that.
Massive.
It's incredible. They do that the walkthrough on YouTube. If anyone's interested, look up on YouTube. Just look up like epic Minecraft builds, and you'll find mega builds. You'll find so many cool things. People are so creative, and that's what I love about Minecraft. I love the survival aspect, but I also love that creative aspect as well.
Yeah, because you have an image in your mind. You can just sit there, relax, and just build, and at the end of it, you're like, look what I've done.
I wish I had the patience to do it in survival, but in survival, I'm always just like, build a little farm, build my farmhouse, and build, I never go with the epic build, I get my little farm going and I'm like, oh, this is cool. I got my farm, I got my little house and I'm good to go. And then like you start delving into magic and then it all goes wrong. And then, you die.
Well, that's about where I am in my series at the moment. I've got my farm.
You have got your farm.
Yeah,
I was going to say I commented on that post. You can, I don't know if this is a new thing, but you can have 2 spaces between your water on a farm. You can maximize. I know.
I always forget to do that because in the original Minecraft it only worked with one.
It did, didn't it? I thought that when I saw your
in my head how to make farms now.
Yeah, I was watching your video and I saw you do that, and I was like, you're an old player because it used to be that way. I remember. But yeah, Minecraft, man. Any other thoughts on Minecraft? Because what a game! It's just so big. There's so much you can do. Playing with minecarts is fun.
Without getting into mods and stuff, which you said, that's another episode on its own.
I think it probably is. Minecarts in Minecraft are fun. Have you messed around with the minecarts?
They are ridiculous.
It's so much fun, especially when you've got a really deep mine. Just build some crazy thing.
My dad actually plays Minecraft on my old account.
Oh, nice!
And he likes messing around with the minecarts because last time I went to Bristol, he was showing me what he's done, and it's literally miles and miles and miles of track. I'm just like, why? And he's like, it's fun. Look, gets on it and just shoots around the place. I'm like, fair enough. If you're happy, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. That was what we did. Me and Sean, when we had our Minecraft server, we built these different lands, and they were all connected by minecart with the redstone minecart track, so that it was automatic. But obviously that was in creative, because to do that in survival takes so much time and effort. I never really bother with minecarts in survival. It's always got to be creative, because otherwise, like the amount of wood and then redstone and everything else that you need, iron. I think you need iron for the redstone ones.
Yeah, for the
it's
rails.
Just such a pain. It's like it's too much. It's too much work. I'm happy with my little farm, and then my nether portal, which goes to death. It's good fun. Did you ever play
my nether portal underground? I bury it underground and put a door in front of it, so I can't hear the annoying noise, and if anything comes through, it can't kill me or my farm.
Nice. That is very sensible. That's a very sensible thing. I always like to make them look really evil, the nether portal, because you've got to have a specific shape for a nether portal. But I looked up on YouTube, and there's you can build around it. So I always build around my nether portal to make it look proper evil. Good times.
You could put the four corners don't have to be obsidian, so you could put like actual redstone blocks that have the red evil eyes above it.
Yeah, and what you can do is you can build around it as well. So you can build like around to make, because I've got another portal that looks like it's round, but it's not. It's a square with like a round front and back around it that kind of covers it. Yeah, awesome stuff. Did you ever play Terraria, which came out around the same time as Minecraft?
No, I didn't.
Terraria is great fun. So Terraria is pretty much the same game, kind of. It's the same, but it's 2D. So it's like a 2D. It's 2D sprites, and basically much like Minecraft. I think it came out the same year as Minecraft. You got to kind of craft, and then it's got more of a focus on defeating bosses and stuff in Terraria. Like there are boss enemies that you need to defeat. But Terraria was great fun. It's very much the same as Minecraft, but on a 2-dimensional plane. Super cute graphics and really good fun with friends if you ever get a chance. What other survival games? It's good fun, man. It's good fun. I'm sure you could pick it up for PS4 quite cheap as well if you were ever interested. What other survival games do you play or have you played?
The one I've been putting a lot of time into at the moment is Subnautica. I don't know if you've played that.
Subnautica is, in my opinion, my absolute favorite survival game maybe ever. I absolutely love Subnautica. I think it's amazing. So Subnautica, you basically are a lone survivor of a crashed spacecraft. The game kind of opens with you crashing into the ocean. You crash onto an ocean planet, and your ship is badly damaged. And basically, your objective is to try and escape the ocean planet, and survive the dangers while trying to escape. How far have you got with Subnautica?
Right, it's hard to gauge it. I found actually the first alien place on the island.
I
found that. And
you're getting there.
I've got my Cyclops, my Seamoth. I haven't got the prawn suit yet. But I started again because I didn't want to.
I've
jump
started
back
again on Subnautica several times.
Yeah, I didn't want to jump back into where I was originally because I hadn't played it for ages. But when I
do that so often with games,
it didn't take me as long.
Mm-hmm.
But for the life of me, I cannot find any of the other alien places. I've searched and searched and searched, and I cannot, for the life of me, find them.
They're out there, man. They're out there. Subnautica is, I think, one of the most beautiful games. I know that graphically, it's not the most powerful. It's not the most stunning graphics, but the art style and just the beauty of that game is breathtaking.
Did you have a heart attack the first time you encountered one of those big sea Satan things?
I had a heart attack many times in Subnautica because Subnautica builds so wonderfully, and it's also terrifying in places because I got scared the first time I found like a carnivorous aggressive fish, but they get bigger and bigger. You're like, this must be the biggest of the evil fish, and it's terrifying.
And then there's a bigger one.
But no, there's always a bigger one, and the deeper you go, and the different locations you go, the worse and worse it gets. And that's, I love the progression in Subnautica. There's clear progression, and it's one of those things where and I guess we may get to No Man's Sky, but No Man's Sky came out around the same time. I think it came out the same year as Subnautica, and for me at the time, No Man's Sky has improved dramatically, but at the time, Subnautica
to improve.
Exactly right. So, you know, with No Man's Sky, you had like everything. It was like unlimited. There's like a billion, quadrillion worlds, and you know, go visit everywhere. But within like 2-3 hours, you've pretty much found, or you did back then, find everything there was to do, and everything else was just repetition. And I think it speaks to the quality of Subnautica, because I think with Subnautica it's a smaller world. You don't go to every planet in the solar system, but the world you've got is so expertly crafted, and without it being, because No Man's Sky was so randomized, it was just repetitive. Subnautica is randomized to an extent, but it's got clear progress, clear goals, and it's just so well crafted. It's just amazing. I think it's a masterpiece of a game, Subnautica.
And they did a brilliant thing with actually the world, because I know the world isn't massive.
It's big enough.
Yeah, but it makes it feel bigger because you can go like down deep.
Yes. And
there's a clear progression through like each biome.
Yeah.
It feels, because you can go down so deep, it feels bigger than it is. I've personally only been down to 800 meters below. But you can go around for ages and like just find new things.
Find new things, and then that, you know, the progression of like, you know, oh, I can't go any further now. I need the resources to build like the bigger subs and the bigger equipment, and building your base. I love the base building of Subnautica because I think I love the aesthetic of it all. So like, you know, I think, you know, obviously in Minecraft you can build whatever you want anyway, but in Subnautica I just love the design of everything. I just think it looks gorgeous, and I love my base in Subnautica and everything I've built there. Have you done much base building in Subnautica, or have you just kind of focused on surviving?
I've done a little bit of base building on my playthrough I'm doing now. I've actually I've got like loads of those multi-purpose rooms connected, and I've got an observatory that comes out of the water. I've got a few biomatter reactors. Got my moon pool.
Got your fish tanks?
No fish tanks yet, but I've got one of those water generator things. That gives you a bottle of water every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just started playing around with the reactors.
It's such a good game. I keep I feel like I'm just getting like I'm repeating myself, but it's just such a gorgeous, well-crafted game. And honestly, I mean, I completed it, and I'm actually now that we're talking about it, I want to play it again. That's and it's quite rare for me to complete a game. Quite often, it's pretty rare. Like I kind of get to a point, even with games that I really enjoy, I get to a point and I'm like, I'll come back to it later, and then inevitably you leave it too long, and then you restart again from the start. Subnautica is a game I completed, and well, I mean, it's no spoiler, is it, to say that you get off the planet? I mean, that's the whole point of the game. So obviously you do that.
I read all the data logs, so I read all the data logs.
Me too.
I know
it's surprisingly deep. The lore is surprisingly deep in Subnautica, I think.
I really do want to finish it, but I've even like tried to look up online where these alien bases are, and I found the rough area where they are, and I can't find them.
Yeah,
but there has
you'll get there in the
end. Big update to the PS4 one, so I found there's a few more things in it now, which is quite good.
Well, I know. While I was like kind of looking up, I was going through my Steam library and kind of trying to find games. I was like, what survival games do I play or have I played? And I realized there's like a whole add-on for Subnautica that I've not played. The Frozen thing, which I was
looking at that the other day.
Yeah, I really want to give that a go. I didn't even know it existed, so I'm definitely going to give that a go.
I think I might be a whole new biome or an entirely different part of the planet you're on or something.
I'm assuming so. But it's one of those. Planet. It may be. It's one of those things where I've wanted to replay it anyway, and then researching this game, I was like, I need to replay this game because it's just so good. And then yeah, so it's called Subnautica Below Zero, and
I'm gonna have a look at that. When we're finished, I'm gonna have a look on the PlayStation Store and see how much that is.
Yeah, I'm curious myself. It's $20 on the Steam store, which probably means it's about 20 quid. I would be happy to pay that for Subnautica because it's such a good game.
Definitely.
So, it would be worth it for me just to extend the game even further and give me more things to do. But I can honestly say when I left the planet, it was like bittersweet. The ending was really bittersweet because I'd spent so much time in that world and I loved that world so much. I was so invested in everything that I'd built and everything I had. Like you finally get the rocket ready and you can leave. And I found myself like shutting down my base, turning everything off, letting the fish out. Things that you just don't need to do. Like, why am I doing this? Like the fish
you're
video.
attached to it. You've put that. Put that time and energy into it. It's almost just like reality, isn't it?
It's a world that I'd crafted, and even though it's a fake world, and like the fish in the fish tank don't exist, and they'll be fine anyway, I felt like I was leaving, and I felt like I need to shut everything down. And I had one last walk around my base, and I shut everything down. And then turned everything off and set all the fish free.
Playing in the background.
Yeah, just because I'd become so invested in that world, and that's such a rare thing with games, especially with crafting games. It was kind of like, like I was so invested. But I guess that is kind of what crafting games do, because especially when you're playing a survival crafting game, like in Minecraft, when you're survival, you're really, really like just connected to what you've built because it's something you put so much time and effort in.
I don't think I've ever been as attached to anything I built in Minecraft than I have to what I've done in Subnautica.
I agree. Like I got I got so worried whenever like my subs got damaged. I was like, no, I can't.
Yes.
And you get to that point where you're even scared to take the sub too deep. You're like, I don't want to go any further with this because I want my sub. I don't want my sub to get damaged. And some of those creatures are so scary.
My first Seamoth, the first ever one. I can't remember what I called it now because that was on my other playthrough.
I'm assuming it's been destroyed.
it was bright pink, and I just got the MK3 depth module.
Nice.
So I was like, I want to go down as deep as I can. I think it was like 900 meters.
I
think I got back to 800. I got out to mine some stuff, got back in, and then those can't think of the name. They're like the psychic ones that teleport you outside of your ship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that happened a few times. So I had to run away down a bit deeper, and then it just got blown up by a massive like Leviathan thing. And I was like, no, I've just got that depth upgrade. It took me so long.
The thing I love about the Leviathans and a lot of the bigger creatures in the game is that long before you actually meet them, you hear them. You hear these things. You're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. But when I play games, when I'm not recording, I've normally got a podcast or something going.
Yeah, so me too. I've usually always got something going on. But yeah, it's just such a well-crafted game. It's amazing. And that atmosphere and that fear of losing what you've built because you're so invested in what you've built. Most games just give you stuff. You just get stuff. You're like, oh, well, here's your base and here's your weapons and here's your vehicles and off you go. Have fun. But when you're in a survival game, when you're crafting and you're building these things yourself, you've invested time and effort to collect the resources and get what you need to craft and build them. You become so much more invested in everything you do. And I think that's the cornerstone of survival games for me. That's really what makes them for me. It's that time and investment in building and crafting everything that you're using. I love it.
For me,
I love it.
It's kind of hit or miss with survival games. It's either you're not invested enough.
Yeah,
you're not invested enough, but you're still having fun, or you're so invested that it doesn't. You could be on it for hours looking for this one thing. You could be bored, but you need it to upgrade this like so and so thing. You're just so invested in it, and that just makes it an amazing game straight off the bat.
It really does, and I think Subnautica for me is like the highlight of that. It's the one that really does, like, it just is perfect.
Well,
For
I
me,
know what
like,
we're gonna play when this ends.
yeah, I am. I'm seriously. I'm like, if it wasn't for risking the bandwidth, I'd probably try downloading it now. But if we weren't recording, because I'm like can't afford to have the internet drop out right now, I'm going to download it immediately after this and start playing it again. Subnautica is like for me the pinnacle of survival games so far. There could be new games that come out that but for me, Subnautica is like the number one. Have you played 7 Days to Die at all?
No, I haven't.
So that kind of did like, it was like, well, let's be Daisy and Minecraft together. It's kind of the idea of 7 Days to Die. So it's kind of blocky, but it's kind of more realistic graphics. They've kind of made it look like, a normal world as best as they could. But it's still like procedurally generated and it's still random. But basically the same sort of game, except much more emphasis on like zombies and, building guns and weapons and things to survive. It's quite good. It used to be quite broken, but it's kind of got better over time. Have you played any other survival games or any other ones that you particularly like?
I played a bit of Stranded Deep or Deep Stranded. I can't remember what way it is, but yeah, I think it's Deep Stranded.
I haven't played that one. It looks really good.
It is. It's also really hard because, say, like in Minecraft, if you need like string, you kill a spider or something. In this, you've got to chop down a tree, get the leaves, then strip back the leaves with a certain tool to get the fibers, and then you got to get more fibers to turn into rope. It's super in depth, and it is really good. But when I got it, it was before a big update, and it was really glitchy. So I might go back to it soon, actually, because it was quite fun. It is in depth, and it's kind of hard to find food. Yeah, it's got promise.
There is a trade-off, isn't there, between like having survival and then it just being too much. Like Minecraft, I think has like a perfect balance where it's like, okay, I need to make books, or I need to make this, or I need to make that to make this, but it's not so in depth and so drawn out that it takes like your entire life just to build or make one thing. I think Minecraft is a perfect balance, whereas some games go too far, like you said, it's too much.
There is a thin line between survival and fun and just pure punishing.
Yeah, and boredom of like, oh god, grindy. It just gets too grindy with some stuff.
Yeah.
And that kind of takes away from the fun. That's interesting. I've seen that game and I've been tempted to pick it up. I might look at the state of it now and see how it's going.
Yeah, well, what actually pushed me to get that game is one of the guys from the Yogscast I watched, Sips. He did a playthrough of it, and I was like, oh, this looks really good. But obviously, he had the PC version, and everything seems to be better on PC than it is on PS4.
Well, a lot of the survival games tend to start on PC, and also obviously with PC you tend to get a lot more mods and fixes that the community will make just to fix things, and it's a lot more difficult to get that kind of stuff on the consoles. I think that's probably going to change with the new generation, though. I think they're going to be much more open to modding and allowing mods.
Fingers crossed.
Because the games are practically the same.
That would improve quite a few games.
It really would. It would really help for sure. I also love It Lurks Below, which I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but that's
I've never heard of that. But it sounds a bit sinister.
It is a bit sinister. It's got the kind of retro-styled Terraria-like 2D graphics. It's a 2D game. You're on like a 2D plane. But the thing that kind of separates it from Terraria is that it's a survival RPG, and it's from David Brevik, the mastermind behind the Diablo series, created Diablo 1 and 2, the best Diablo games. And basically you kind of create your character, make it however you want it to look. But you've got different classes, and all the classes kind of play very differently. So you've got like a paladin, you've got like a necromancer, a wizard, whoever you want. And then basically you build your base, and then you start digging. And the idea is that it's like kind of a post-apocalyptic survival game where evil is beneath you and evil is kind of, you know, coming up from the depths, so you have to go down, and the further down you go, kind of like Subnautica, where like the deeper you go the worse things are, you know,
This
and the
actually
more
sounds like
evil
something
things.
I could really get into. This actually
It's
sounds really good.
really good fun. It's really good fun. It's 2D, and it's really fun. In fact, when you get your PC, we'll play it, because I'd love to play it. I've never played it multiplayer, and I'd love to. I think with a couple of players, it'd be really fun.
I get the
But it
feeling
kind of
when I get
plays
my
like
PC, you're going to introduce me to a hell of a lot of brilliant games. I'm looking forward to
probably.
it.
I think this might be one of the reasons that Daz left the podcast. It's like, not only do I not have the time, but Durs keeps telling me about games that I want to buy. I just keep like convincing him to buy games. I'm like, you need this game, dude. It's amazing. But yeah, it's kind of it's like Terraria, but with RPG elements, and it's got a very Diablo-like feel, where, you know, when you get to a certain depth, it's just like waves of enemies and loads of enemies, and you're kind of got those like kind of Diablo 2-esque kind of powers, where you're like, you know, killing swarms and swarms of enemies. It's really good fun. Really good fun.
It sounds it.
Yeah. Did you play The Forest at all?
What forest?
That's like the cannibal game. It's like you're playing crashes in a forest, and cannibals steal your son, and then you have to go and get your son back.
No, I don't think I have. I remember playing a game. It was like a top-down game where you're playing crashes, and it's in the snow. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh, I don't know that
But
one.
yeah,
That sounds kind of interesting.
yeah, I can't remember what it's called. And obviously, it's judged by how many days you survive, because you got to get wood, make fire, keep yourself warm, and try and keep I think there's like 4 other people. You got to kind of keep them happy and alive. But it turns out like there's like a yeti or something in the woods that you will get attacked by, and you've got to try and defend yourself. But it's a top-down kind of survival game.
That sounds awesome.
For the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. Years ago, I played it.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what that is. I'll have to try and find that.
Yeah, I'll do a bit of digging, see if I can find out what it is.
Because I think the only top-down survival game that I've really played is probably Darkwood, which is kind of like semi-open world with a crafting system, and, you know, it's kind of survival horror, I guess, more than anything. But that's kind of like a top-down survival thing, where you have to kind of barricade yourself in at night, and it's got like this really awesome feature where you can only see in the direction you're looking. So you've got like kind of a cone vision of like, I can see what I'm looking at, and then everything else is like invisible. So you can see kind of the world in black and white, but you can't see any enemies unless you're looking at them. And then at night, you've got a torch, and you can only see wherever the torch is pointing. It's terrifying, to be honest.
I get the feeling you'd be swiveling in circles quite a lot in the dark. Like, where is it? Where is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then you barricade yourself in at night, and all you can hear is like enemies trying to smash in your windows and trying to get in your place. It's terrifying game. But I'm really curious what that game is. I know there's like Don't Starve, which I've never played. I'm not. Maybe that's that game. I'm not sure. But there are so many survival games out there, man. There's so many good ones. There's one called Imperion, I think it's called Imperion Galactic Survival. And I downloaded that. It's like in alpha, and that is a game that's like, I think I'm gonna love it, but I literally don't have enough time in my life to play it. Like, it's so in depth, and there's so much to do. And that's like, you start on a planet, but you can go to other planets, but you have to start from nothing. You like crash on this planet, and then you have to build everything from scratch. And I'd got to the point where I built a motorbike to get around, and I was visiting these places. But the thought of like getting enough resources, like we said, it's that balance, isn't it? Of like having enough stuff to get out there and to kind of play the game. And I was just overwhelmed. There was just so much stuff I had to do, and there was so much that I could do, that I kind of became like paralyzed with like the amount of stuff I had to do. It was just overwhelming, and I've never really gone back to it. But I may have to go back to it at some point and just see how it's going now, because I think they've obviously progressed a lot of things. That's the thing with PC. You end up getting a lot of alpha games that aren't finished yet, and you're like, I'll come back to that one day, because they're all really cheap when they're in alpha. But then you kind of like, you're playing like half a game and then you have to come back to it. It's kind of remarkable in a way how in-depth Minecraft was, even when it was in alpha. It was amazing.
There was loads to do.
Yeah, it's kind of impressive.
They still had all the potions and stuff in the original game, and that on its own, like building the brewing station and the enchantment table and stuff, that was very complex, because you needed loads of like end game stuff like obsidian, diamond, and stuff like that.
It was in depth enough that we didn't do potions for years. We just never did
potions for like water breathing and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's useful.
Especially in on PS4 now, because they've got the underwater temples with loads of cool loot in and stuff.
Dude, you just reminded me. I forgot. That was Sean would be cursing me for not mentioning that. In survival, we made an underwater base. We made an underwater base. It was all made out of glass. It was glass blocks, and it was all like an underwater base under this massive, like under the ocean, basically. And that took us so long. It took us so long, and so many deaths, because it was obviously really
water
deep.
Breathing. You need the potions.
We didn't have it. We didn't even think or know that was an option. And we built this thing.
And night vision, because it's dark down there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that was like digging down in the ground next to a beach, and then digging across and up. But then obviously you suffocate from the sand falling on you, and then the water just pours in and you get pushed back, and you're like, oh no, I need to put a block there to stop it falling in. That took us forever. But that's the great thing about Minecraft.
If I was going to make an underwater base, night vision potion, water breathing, just dive down, place like some blocks from the ground up, build it like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's so much easier when you know how. This was back in the days when we didn't really know. We just didn't really know. Didn't know what enchantments did. Didn't know anything. You know, we were just going for it, because this was that was after it was Flash. That was when it was like it was an executable. You brought it down on the desktop and ran it, but it was still like in beta, I think. Then.
Yeah.
It was all just new. Yeah, it was all just new to us, and we didn't really know what we were doing. But it's so much fun. I think Minecraft is one of the most fun multiplayer experiences I've had, because you're really just working together to build amazing things. You know.
Yeah, this is why in my series at the moment, I keep I'll say it at least once per episode. If anyone has it on PS4, more than welcome to come and jump in and do some stuff and be in the series.
So do you want to give your handle?
It's on most of my videos and.
Okay. So yeah, check out Chong Games on YouTube, and you'll get all of that stuff. But yeah, man, when you get a PC, I'm going to say this every episode as well. When you get a PC, we will play all these games. But Minecraft, I'm really excited. We need to play Minecraft together, man. That'd be really fun.
It's a shame you can't do like 2-player Subnautica.
Oh, 2-player Subnautica would be amazing. That would be so much fun. I don't think I'd want many more than 2.
No, just
because it would kind of remove the scariness. But having an extra person in the sub and just kind of being able to do stuff together would be great. That would be awesome. Can you do that? I wonder if you can do that. Maybe like you can do it. I don't know. I've never looked actually, and now I think like maybe one of the add-ons has done that. But
maybe I don't think it is for PS4, because there's never a multiplayer section. So
no, and I'm assuming we can't cross-platform on Minecraft. I'm gonna literally as we talk, I'm gonna look that up now, because if that's possible, I'm all for joining you. Let's look. Minecraft.
It would have to be just the vanilla version though.
Oh, that's fine. I don't mind that. Can you play cross-platform? You can connect, maybe. It may be possible. Minecraft Bedrock Edition has full cross-play support now, so players across PC, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and mobile can all play together. Dude, we're gonna make this a reality.
Nice. I'm gonna have to see if I have the Bedrock version, because I have no idea.
Nor did I. I will get it if we can do this. This will be awesome. We can team up. I can come join you in your world, and we can build some stuff.
Amazing.
Let's do that. Let's make that a thing. I'm gonna make that a thing after this show. We'll look it up and make that happen. Because then I can come join you on your builds. I can come work your farm. I will work your farm for I don't know, iron. Give me some iron and I'll work your farm.
I got loads of iron, I think.
Excellent. Iron is easy to come by. Diamond's the one. You need to go.
That's going to be in the next few episodes. I'm going. And now I've got my farm up and ready. I'm going to get loads of food, and I'm going to delve into some mines.
Well, my friend, if I can join you, I may help you in that mission. I may be able to come
amazing.
Help. So who knows?
Fingers crossed.
If we can cross-platform, that will be amazing. Yeah, looking forward to that. Have you played Raft? I've not played it, but it looks kind of interesting.
I haven't played Raft, but have you played Rust?
I have not. But it looks awesome. It's a game that I want to play. It's one of those ones that's like, yeah, I will do that one day, but I never got round to it. Talk to me about Rust.
See, I've only ever played it for a few hours at a friend's house because it's not on console.
Uh-huh.
But we were playing with a few of his friends, and it is survival because you have to craft and build stuff and build your base.
It's proper survival. I think you start off naked. You start off naked, don't you?
You start off naked with a rock. But we were playing it with a few other people on a server where people already had a base. And if you're playing it with more than one person, it just turns into just a barrel of laughs because how stupid everything is. Just naked people running around and trying to knock down a wall with a brick, steal some other people's stuff.
Nice.
It's hilarious. I'm sure it's proper survival if you do it on your own. But if you're on a server with other people and they're just naked people running around with guns, it's quite hilarious.
Oh, that sounds great. I must admit, I've seen videos of Rust and I've been like, oh, I really want to give that a go. I think Rust is like the one big survival game that I've not really played that I want to play. Because I know there's like Scum and things like that as well. And I've seen those and I'm like, they look okay. But Rust, I must admit, I've been tempted to jump into. And Conan. Conan kind of tempts me. I think it might be rubbish, but I quite like the Conan universe, the Conan world.
I've got it because I've got it because it was free in 1 month. I don't think I've ever played it.
I've not got it and I've not played it, but I like the world of Conan.
I'll have to play it and get back to you on how good it is. If it's
good, let us know. Yeah, let us know. We'll give it a go. I'm really excited now. We might end up joining each other on Minecraft after all. Now that we may not need to wait for you to come to PC. I might be able to join you on PS4 via my PC, which will be excellent.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, we will look into.
Curious to how
it works.
We were going to talk because obviously I don't think it's got an in-game voice chat.
Oh yeah, that's true. We might have to type. That would be annoying.
Or we might have to
Skype.
Record on Skype, and I'll have to overlay it on the video.
Yeah,
I'll figure something out.
We could do that. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, because it won't record my audio on the PS4 if my mic's not plugged into it. So.
That's true, and then we could just I guess as long as we we can clap or something and sync that up, and we'll be good to go. That's a good idea.
We'll have to listen to "Sorry, It's Not a Winner" and stop recording when the clap comes.
Yeah, well, that's all right. We can make this work, dude. I'm up for this. We're gonna build some stuff. We're gonna go on some adventures together. It's gonna be fun. So, are there any other survival games that you're into or playing or looking to play?
I really want to play RimWorld, but I don't know if that. I guess that's kind of survival.
It looks so stressful. Like whenever I see people playing it looks so stressful. I'm just like, I don't know if I can deal with the stress.
Because they want to give it a go though.
Oh no, it looks great, but it does look really stressful.
Apparently, it can be very, very unforgiving.
Yes, it looks it. And there's so much going on because it's kind of zoomed out, and I'm like, whoa, there's a lot of things going on there in that world. It does look fun. When I see people playing it, I think, oh, that looks good, but I just don't know. I don't know if it's for me. It might be too much.
Yeah, see, I want to give it a go. If it's not for me, at least I gave it a go.
Yeah. So, like your top survival games, if you had to pick them, I'm guessing it's going to be Subnautica and Minecraft. But
yeah, it is Subnautica and Minecraft.
Same. So I guess if we're recommending games to people, Subnautica or Minecraft are the ways to go, right?
Yeah. See, I had only heard about Subnautica like last year because
Oh
one of
man.
Chris's boys was playing it on Xbox. Well, he wanted it for Christmas actually.
Uh-huh.
And I saw him
And
playing
now
it.
he's never played it because you've just taken it.
Oh no, he's got it on Xbox. He doesn't ever play it though. I got it on PS4. I play it. I was
Right.
playing it like all day yesterday. Like I got up, started playing it, and didn't stop until about 8 p.m.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good, man. So good.
Yeah, so
But yes,
it might be a
so,
bit of the unknown one because I don't know how many people know about it because I didn't know about it and I'm a big gamer. So
yeah, I think it's been really big on PC. When it came out in 2016 on PC, it was like huge, and a lot of people that I know played it on PC. But as for a console release, yeah, I didn't even know it had come to consoles. So yeah, it may be quite new for console people. It may be something that they haven't played. And honestly, I cannot recommend enough. If you've got a PC or a PS4 or an Xbox, whatever you've got, play Subnautica. If you want a survival game, for me, like survival, Subnautica is the absolute pinnacle. And obviously, if you want crafting and much more crafting side, then Minecraft is the one. Do you think they'll ever make a Minecraft 2? Because I don't even know what they'd do if they made Minecraft 2. Because it's like you can do everything in Minecraft.
They have released, obviously, the Minecraft dungeons.
But that's not really Minecraft. That's like Diablo in Minecraft.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think they will. I think they're just going to keep making mod packs and stuff because when you started off on normal Minecraft, there was only a certain amount of things you could do. It was a hell of a lot of things, but now you can make space stations, nuclear reactors.
It's ridiculous. Yeah,
that's what I want to do. Ridiculous. That's what I want to do on my series when I get a PC. I want to start from nothing, build everything up, and end up with a space station. It's going to be a hell of a long series, but that's what I want.
I will help you. We will make it to space in Minecraft, which is something I never thought we'd do. Space mission. That'll be the title of the videos. Minecraft space mission. We're going into space. We're going to make it happen. It's going to be great.
It's going to be about like 200 videos long.
Yeah, it'll be like a 400 video series, but one day we'll make it to space. It'll be amazing.
We can
dream. Literally shoot for the stars. Well, man, this has been fun. I have really enjoyed talking about survival games. And now I was going to be like, as soon as I finish this podcast, I'm going to go reinstall Subnautica, and I might do that, but I'm also going to immediately go and figure out how we can get PS4 and PC speaking on Minecraft. That's my number one thing as soon as I get off of this podcast. Have you got any thoughts? We're a fortnightly show. Have you got any thoughts on what we're going to talk about next time? Or should we just have a think? We can have a think.
Yeah, we've got time.
We've got plenty of time.
Just do an hour-long special on Minecraft if we manage to get cross-platform working.
Well, we could do that. We could well do that. I'm really excited about that. But in any case, survival games, man. It's been fun, and so if we have recommendations for people to play, if you want crafting, Minecraft, everyone knows it. But honestly, believe the hype with Minecraft is what I'll say, because I know a lot of people are like, fuck Minecraft, but they've never played it. They're just like, oh, it's because it's really popular and everyone talks about it. It's like, but honestly, believe the hype with Minecraft. It is that good. It is so that amazing. It really is. It's worth every second, and it's worth every penny. It's one of the best games ever made.
Even the basic version that I've got is still worth it. You can still get so absorbed in it.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. Like vanilla Minecraft is amazing. It's still amazing to this day. One of the best games ever made, and that's why people always talk about it. You know, it's like when people make fun of Skyrim and just say, "Oh, Skyrim," but it's like there is a reason why that game keeps getting re-released. It's that good. It just is that good. And it's the same with Minecraft. You know, I think Minecraft's like on every platform and will be when they bring out the PS5, they will re-release Minecraft on PS5 for sure.
Hopefully, a moddable version.
I hope so. Well, the consoles are getting more and more close to PCs now anyway, so I think they will. And Sony were the last ones. They were the holdouts with the cross-platform, but it sounds like they have started accepting that now. So I think we will. I think we will see that soon. I think we will. I hope so.
Yeah.
Because if you can get mods on PS5, that's when you're sorted. Then,
Yeah, practically a PC
and I know
then.
Well, you don't need to then, do you? Necessarily, you can get all of your games, modded and everything, that way. If PC players can start creating mods that work on PS4, PS5, that'll be end game. That'll be perfect. Well, in any case, man, it's been fun, and like I said,
always a pleasure to talk to you.
Always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend. And now that you're a regular, we will be talking to each other a lot more. Me and Chris will be back in a fortnight with an unknown topic because we haven't decided yet. But we'll think of something. Until then, absolutely. And until then, thanks for listening, guys. And we will catch you next time.
Thanks, guys.